To understand this question, you need to really understand these bits you have in green color here. See, whenever you see y equals to a times sine of px plus c, it can be cos here, it can be tan here, whatever the ratio, the transformations language is going to be similar. You need to write both transformations that happens in x direction and in y direction. In x direction again, you need to comment on translation and stretch. Again in y direction, translation and stretch, nothing else. So you need to use this vocabulary and you don't need to use anything like compression, any other words. Just if you use these words, you will get full marks for that. But you need to know when translation happens, when stretch happens. Translation, remember, always it happens when you got added or subtracted. The x direction translation is always inside the brackets. Inside the brackets. You can see that C was added. So that is the graph would be translated by negative C units. In x direction always, whatever the manipulation you see here, that happens in opposite. As in, if it is plus C, the translation would be minus C. So you write the graph would translate by negative C units in x direction and stretch. Whatever it is multiplied to x, that is stretch. Again, it is multiplied. It should be in opposite way. So the stretch by 1 by b units in x direction. Now coming to y, this one, whatever it was added to the total function. So this is the total function. Now the translation would be by d units. It won't get opposite in y direction. So it translates by d units. And this coefficient and stretch by not 1 divided by a, it is by a. You need to know all this. And this language, whenever you see here, maps into this one. The meaning of this is to make y equal to transform sin x into this one, what all transformations you need to do. That's what the meaning of this question is. You have the sin x graph. You have the sin x graph. What all transformations you need to do to make this one, the sin x graph into this one. That is the meaning of the question. And also you need to understand this R formula. So whenever you have the question like this, R sine of x plus alpha equal to this one, you expand this formula R sine x cos alpha or cos x sine alpha. Just this is compound formula and I wrote the formula for that one. And you have 3 cos x plus sine 5 sine x. Now you can see that there is sine x term. You compare the coefficient, you write R cos alpha equal to 5 because sin x coefficient is 5 here. Sin x coefficient is R cos alpha. That is the standard method. But in this case, if you come back to this question, we are going to start the actual question now. You got 2x, whereas you have x here. That is so they're asking us sin x, how sin x will become this one, meaning indirectly they're asking you to write sine of something. If you write x plus alpha, you will get this one. But on the right hand side, you have 2x in your expression here. So you need to write it as 2x plus alpha. If you have 5x here, you will write 5x plus alpha so that when you use the formula, in the formula you will have 2x. So is equal to 4 cos 2x plus 3 sin 2x. And then you would expand the formula here. When you expand the formula, it will be R sin A plus B formula. Sin A is 2x and cos B plus R. So R is outside the brackets, when you expand, R will expand it to each of the terms. Or sine cos 2x into sine alpha is equal to, you have this one, 4 cos 2x plus 3 sine 2x. Now you compare the coefficient. Cos 2x coefficient is 4. You look for cos 2x. Cos 2x coefficient is r sine alpha. And now here sine 2x coefficient is 3. This is 4. And coefficient of sine 2x is r cos alpha. Now you know the method. You square them. R square sine square alpha is equal to 16. R square cos square alpha is equal to 9. And you add them, you get R square of sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 25. This is 1. When you find the square root, you get R equals to 5. And you need the angle as well. To get the angle, we divide this by this. So we divide this by this one. So it becomes tan alpha. It becomes tan alpha is equal to 4 divided by 3. So alpha, if you put it in the calculator, you would get tan inverse of 4 divided by 3 is 0.927. 927. I round it to 3 decimal places. You would write up to 3 dp. Now you write R, you put back in this formula. So you got R is 5. 5 times sine 2x plus alpha is 0.927. Now, in order to write the transformations in x direction, it translates by negative 0.927. It translates by negative 0.27 and it stretches by half. It stretches by half. And in y direction, there is no translation because nothing was added to the total expression, total function. There is only stretch here. The stretch is by 5 units. So when sine graph does all these transformations, that will become this one.